The Naval Historical Foundation, with the support of the U.S. Naval Academy's History Department, is pleased to inaugurate the Commodore Dudley W. Knox Naval History Lifetime Achievement Award. A graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy, Knox had a distinguished career as a naval officer, but it was his abilities as a historian, librarian, and archivist that earned him respect and admiration amongst his peers and later generations. Retired from active duty in October 1921, Knox went on to serve as Officer in Charge, Office of Naval Records and Library, and Curator for the Navy Department. His leadership inspired diligence, efficiency, and initiative, while he guided, improved, and expanded the Navy's archival and historical operations. His publications include A History of the United States Navy and multi-volume collections of documents on naval operations in the Quasi-War with France and the First and Second Barbary Wars. The publication of his clarion call, Our Vanishing Naval History, in the Naval Institute Proceedings in January 1926 led to the establishment of the Naval Historical Foundation. He would serve as secretary of the organization for decades and was its president at the time of his passing in 1960. James C. Bradford of Texas A&M University recently served as the class of 1957 chair in Naval Heritage at the U.S. Naval Academy. He is widely recognized for his writings on the U.S. Navy during the Age of Sail. Born in 1945, Bradford grew up in Michigan and earned his bachelor's and master's degrees at Michigan State University. He earned his doctorate at the University of Virginia in 1976. Before completing his doctorate, Bradford began his academic career at the Thomas Jefferson Memorial Foundation, where he assisted in editing Thomas Jefferson's account books. From 1973 to 1981, he was appointed assistant professor in history at the Naval Academy and was a leader in local preservation efforts. In 1981, Texas A&M University appointed him to its history faculty. Bradford has also taught at the University of Maryland, Mara Institute of Technology in Malaysia, the Air War College, and the University of Alabama. He served as executive director of the Society for Historians of the Early American Republic and president of the North American Society for Oceanic History. Bradford has edited several atlases and encyclopedias on military history. He edited the papers of John Paul Jones and published a study about him for the Naval Historical Foundation. Bradford's previously been recognized with the Texas A&M Bush Excellence Award for faculty in international teaching, twice with the Texas A&M College of Liberal Arts Teaching Excellence Award, Society for Historians of the Early American Republic Meritorious Service Award, and twice the NASO K. Jack Bauer Award for contributions to the field of maritime history. Married in 1964 to his wife Judy, Bradford's two sons have pursued careers in radio broadcasting and in the Navy. As a member of the Naval Historical Foundation since 1998, James C. Bradford is most deserving of the Commodore Dudley W. Knox Naval History Lifetime Achievement Award. William N. Still, Jr., Professor Emeritus from East Carolina University, was the founder of ECU's Maritime History program and has written a number of important works on American naval history, focusing on the Civil War and the U.S. Navy on the European station. Born in Mississippi in 1932, Still earned his undergraduate degree at Mississippi College before serving a tour in the Navy. Returning to academia, Still attended the University of Alabama, first earning his master's degree in 1958 and his PhD in 1964 with a focus on Civil War naval history. His teaching career began at the Mississippi University for Women in 1959. In 1968, Still came to East Carolina University. As founding director of ECU's Maritime History and Underwater Archaeology program, he pushed a generation of students to pursue productive maritime-related careers. In 1989 to 1990, Still filled the Secretary of the Navy Research Chair in Naval History at the Naval Historical Center. Moving in 1994 to a retirement residence in Kailua, Hawaii, he earned appointment as an adjunct researcher at the University of Hawaii. He served on the advisory council of the Society of Civil War Historians, the editorial advisory board of the American Neptune, as well as Civil War Times Illustrated. Recognized as a leading scholar on Confederate naval matters, Still also extensively wrote about U.S. naval operations in European waters in the later 19th century, leading into World War. His Crisis at Sea, the United States Navy in European Waters in World War I, was awarded the John Lyman Prize in Naval History. He was also appointed to the Secretary of the Navy's Advisory Subcommittee on Naval History. Still once led NASO as president and earned the organization's K. Jack Bauer Award. Married in 1953 to his wife Mildred, the Stills are proud parents of 4 children. A member of the Naval Historical Foundation since 1984, Dr. William N. Still Jr. is most deserving to receive the organization's Commodore Dudley W. Knox Naval History Lifetime Achievement Award. Phillip K. Lundeberg is Curator Emeritus from the Smithsonian Institution. Born in Minnesota in 1923, Lundeberg was nautically influenced by his family. He earned his bachelor's in history from Duke University early in 1944 and would return there after the war to earn his master's degree. He completed his Ph.D. at Harvard in 1954 under Samuel Eliot Morison with a dissertation titled American Anti-Submarine Operations in the Atlantic 1943-45. It was a subject Lundeberg had first-hand experience with. Commissioned in the Naval Reserve, he wound up being one of 3 surviving officers off USS Frederick C. Davis, the last American warship sunk in the Battle of the Atlantic. During the 1950s, he taught history at St. Olaf College and the U.S. Naval Academy, where he earned admiration and respect from his peers and mentors. In 1959, he came to the Smithsonian as an associate curator in the Department of Armed Forces History. Working with Howard I. Chappell and Howard Langley, he developed naval exhibits for the Hall of Armed Forces History, including that of the Continental Gondola, Philadelphia. Considered a pioneer in microhistory, Lundeberg organized the Smithsonian exhibition commemorating the Yorktown Bicentennial and prepared naval elements for exhibits including the Japan expedition of Commodore Matthew C. Perry and Magnificent Voyagers, the U.S. exploring expedition. Lundeberg served as president of the American Military Institute and of the United States Commission on Military History. He directed conferences at the Smithsonian for the International Commission of Military History. He was elected organizing chairman of the International Congress of Maritime Museums at London in 1972 and served as chairman of the Council of American Maritime Museums. A founder of the North American Society for Oceanic History, he received that society's K. Jack Bauer Award in 1998 for distinguished service. He was married to his wife Eleanor in 1953, and they have a son who resides on the West Coast. A member of the Naval Historical Foundation since 1950, Dr. Lundeberg is most deserving of the organization's Commodore Dudley W. Knox Naval History Lifetime Achievement Award.